As you can see from the title, I'm going to get into something very personal for me. This is going to be about my journey with lupus, how I learned I was diagnosed, how I dealt with it in the beginning, and how I deal with it now, and other things that help get me through. If you don't know what lupus is an autoimmune disease where your body attacks its own healthy tissues. So when you think about your immune system, you know that your immune system is supposed to get rid of waste in the body. Well, when you have lupus, your body naturally tries to get rid of healthy organs. So it's kind of like self-destruction. And my body just so happens to attack my kidneys. So I'm just putting it out there. So in 2012, I was a senior in high school, and I believe that's when the lupus started to really develop. I was having migraines every single day, and I was throwing up every single day for months. Sometimes I wouldn't go to school because I would just literally wake up sick every morning. And I remember being so embarrassed one time because I laid in the nurse's office the entire day. When the ambulance finally came, they took me to the hospital and they gave me pain medication, and then they sent me home. They said that my situation wasn't an emergency. But after I graduated high school and went into community college, that's when my symptoms started to change. I would get pains in my hand, and then it moved to my other hand. Then I would start to get pains in my knee. Then my hips started hurting. Then my feet started hurting. I'm thinking maybe it's stress. Maybe I'm taking too many classes. Maybe, I'm not getting enough sleep. It was hard for me to stand up. It was hard for me to walk. It hurt when I sit down. The second time I went to the hospital, they gave me a medication that numbed me from the neck down. And I remember laying there and I was like, Lord, I'm ready to go. Like, I can't live with pain like this. I don't know how I'm gonna continue. I fell asleep and I woke up and I just felt that God wanted me to know that I was gonna get help. On my third doctor visit, I explained all my symptoms to him, and he said it actually sounded like arthritis, so he was the one who suggested to go to the rheumatologist. People with autoimmune diseases know sometimes it takes you a couple doctor visits to even get diagnosed. After I was diagnosed, they immediately put me on Benlysta infusion. Stick the needle in your hand with a little bag of medicine, and I would do those treatments once every 2 weeks. And I was also put on hydroxychloroquine, which is a common medication for people with lupus. And they also prescribed prednisone for me, which is a steroid. That concoction of medication was very hard for me because I would be hungry all the time. I would be in cold sweats. I went from losing a lot of weight to gaining a lot of weight. After 3 years of being on steroids, they decided to lower my dosage until I didn't need it anymore. And that took about half of a year. Then after a while, I could not afford that copay. Every time I go to the rheumatologist to get treatment, I gotta pay $30 copay. Like, come on. And then I discovered Moringa. Woohoo! Moringa is a medicinal plant that has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, and it's great for bone health. And when I started eating the seeds, y'all, and I was drinking the tea with the leaves in it, I really started to see that, hold up, I'm really not feeling inflammation anymore. I knew that eventually I could stop taking treatments, and my goal was to slowly get off the hydroxychloroquine. So that took me about a year. I also decided to have a vegetarian diet. So I had to take meats out of my diet. I had to get rid of the chicken, had to get rid of the steak, the oxtail, the cold foods. Say no boy. I love my little oxtail. Take out the little oxtail gravy and put it on my little salad. I want that. I knew that if I had red meats or any type of heavy meats, I was gonna have a flare-up. Between last year and this year, I just made the decision to try and stick with the vegetarian diet as much as possible. And I have mainly fish and seafood and occasionally chicken, but I just leave it at that. Another thing that helps me get by with my lupus is I take a lot of vitamins. So I take a multivitamin, I take omega-3, I take vitamin D, vitamin C, and iron. I have to say, the multivitamins along with the moringa and the change in diet, it gets me through. Another great thing that I have is an amazing support system. I have my church family. Shout out to Church of the Harvest. I miss you guys, I'm just saying. They've prayed with me, they've encouraged me, and it changed my life. My immediate family who always checks on me, and I have my friends who check on me. And I'm telling you, my family, my mom was like, Connie, you're not gonna win. And my dad was like, Connie, you're not going outside. You want to live or you want to die. And my sister was like, Connie, you better wear your mask. They were on me. I was like, okay. I know that I want to be around as long as possible so I can be there for my nephew. So even that's motivation for me to take care of myself. So having my support system, my vitamins, my no meat diet, my moringa, that has definitely helped to get my lupus under control. And look at me now. Inside, I believe I'm already healed and my body's just catching up. So I'm gonna give it some time. I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Check on people, check on your family and friends, and check on that person you know has a high risk health situation who really has to be on guard during this coronavirus. Just let them know that you're there for them, you know? Kindness goes a long way. If you like this video, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell. Bye y'all!